this was one of the cases that, if he wasn't already a name, I think it underlined what an extraordinary legal mind he has. And I think he likes to take cases that are tough and at the centre of which there is an important human rights issue. So I think he's now one of the most highly regarded human rights lawyers there are in the world. It was very helpful to meet him. He was very generous with his time and with his memories of this case and other things related to it, and of course just to get a sense of him as a person, as a physical presence. And I don't think I'm trying to imitate him, but that you feel certain elements or qualities of someone, you try to sort of suggest them or make them your own, I suppose. For me, what the film is saying is that governments can't be trusted, security services can't be trusted, and these brave citizens who take it in their hands to actually break an oath of loyalty to their country for something that they believe is the greater good. And of course there's a massive spectrum of whether we will accept their motivation or not, and that's where how we accept their motivation and their reasoning is where the morality is complicated. I have no memory of the Catherine Gunn situation in 2003. I remember the war, and I remember all the concerns, and I went on the anti-war march, but I don't remember anything about Catherine Gunn, I'm ashamed to say. Jeremy Northam's character voices the opinion that if you sign an oath of allegiance to the security services, then if you break it, then you can be charged with betraying your country, breaking the Official Secrets Act. So that doesn't, Catherine isn't, in the eyes of the law, you could argue she's not a saint. But of course, she's trying to stop a war, which we understand was dubiously manoeuvred into by our government, very dubiously. I think Gavin's affiliation to human rights causes is something you feel very strongly when you're working with him, and that the script shows his dedication to the authenticity of the story, of the legal processes and the things that Catherine encountered and the governmental pressures she encountered. So I think that drives him. I think it's a political thriller. I think it functions like a political thriller. It's got to be, there's a lot of detail about the law and the legal complexity, but I think it's got to drive, like, what will happen next to this girl. She's done this thing, and we're on our edge of our seats wanting to know. We believe she's a good person. We sense her integrity. And she does this thing, as I say, driven by conscience. So we, the audience, want to know, will she come through? I think it will work on, will the good person win out against the sort of grey and opaque forces of government? I think it's not, in essence, it's not a news story.